Lois Lane interrupted them and asked if he knows how to fight the problem. Superman also explains that he too had become an agent of the anti-life for 5 years. Knowing that they might be facing the end of all life, he will do everything to stop that from happening and bring the spark back to the universe. Brainiac warns them that they must now act fast. Every wasted time they spent here means more life slips into darkness. But Superman suggests that they must reach out first to every ally they have in the universe. Meanwhile, the Sinestro Corps bring the Warlord to Korugar to target every unliving god in their path. As all of their mighty powers combine, it didn't even hit and reach the planet. This shocks Sinestro, because apparently their attacks are being blocked by his daughter Soranik, together with her husband Kyle Rayner, which are both Green Lanterns. Sinestro explains that they are not attacking their home planet, but the daughter doesn't believe him, seeing a planetoid behind him full of weapons. His comrade breaks their barrier and tells them to get out of their way, but an imminent threat is now approaching near them, now appearing an unliving Kryptonian attacking the Green Lantern. Kyle was hit, as Soranik calls out for his husband. Kara, being undead, is fast approaching the large planetoid and sees it as a target. She holds the anti-life equation, now infecting the largest, most destructive computer in the galaxy. It is too late for everyone as they witness the Warlord being taken by the anti-life. Right away it annihilated one of the Yellow Lanterns and also tries to shoot the others. Soranik tends to Kyle, currently unconscious but still has a sign of life in him. Sinestro shouts to his daughter, warning that Darkseid is now also coming. With ominous red eyes, it is ready to destroy everyone, but the father and daughter are very determined to give everything they got to fight back. Unliving Darkseid's Omega Beam versus both power of them too. But then they have not anticipated the other Equilibrium who got there first. Soranik now looks at her father being attacked, then he is grabbed by the massive hand of unliving Darkseid. The daughter is unable to help him as Sinestro tells her to run for now and live to free Korugar. Sinestro is no more and the villains still stand mighty before them. Her husband suggests that they can't stop this by themselves, so they need to get reinforcements. One of the enemies attack them, but they both somehow able to escape from the danger. The Ring of the Fallen Sinestro activates by itself and is now scanning for another replacement. Darkseid notices it and immediately holds it, but the ring refuses to be its wearer because he instills great fear to others. And yet somehow, the villain is able to wear it and gained its lantern powers. On planet Ran 2 months ago, two worlds battle it out as Ran and Thanagar are in a major conflict for generations. Thanagarian soldiers strikes from the sky and they have conquered Ran long time ago if it weren't for the Ran's protector. He's actually a man from Earth whose name is Adam Strange. He has been transported to Ran by the Zeta Beam and swore to protect his adopted world, as well for his family. He suggested that they should move now before things got out of hand. Unfortunately, as time passes, the Zeta Beam wears off as he fades away in front of his daughter and wife. He tells them to run and hide immediately before saying his final words that he will come back. Seconds later he's now at Gotham City on Earth, as he jets off and ordering his computer to find the next date and place of the Zeta occurrence. After that, he goes to that exact coordinates. While flying he notices that the world he used to know is now desolate and in rubbles. Then from afar, he sees a shadow figure that he thinks it's Wonder Woman, so he calls out her name. But he was shocked to see that it is Diana no more, but a hero that have the anti-life and ruthlessly attacks him in the air. 2 weeks later on Ran, a knock was heard from the enemy's house and Adam's family is preparing themselves of what might happen. The Thargarian soldier is trying to contact the parameter guy outside, but it was too late. He was suddenly attacked and the kid thought that it was her dad rescuing them. She's right, it is her dad, but it's an unliving version of Adam returning to his family. Soon, the threat will spread further across the universe as days pass by on Rylek's system. A military officer comes into the bar, telling everyone that the universe is now in peril, and he's looking for fearless, noble warriors. One man asks if it pays well, but the officer insists that he is looking for a noble one and he is not surely qualified. Everyone is now looking at him in fear, thinking it must be something serious. That same guy was offended, and confronted the officer to clarify his description of his main man. Then someone notices something floating in the sky, and it's a Thargarian force army with its massive warship. Minutes later, Thargarian soldiers breaks the ceiling and attack everyone from above. They are vicious strong soldiers and the man with pale face fights back the enemies. He is pissed off because the one it attacked pours his drinks at the bar. Next he got scratched on the chest. The Thargarian soldier was surprised because he is expecting that the man should turn right away into an unliving like him. The man calling himself Lobo is still angry and planning to take the army by himself. He passes through a battalion of winged soldiers, then swoops through the warship from end to end that causes a big explosion. He is a one-man army that destroys the mothership of the invaders. All is in flame and after a victory fight, he celebrates with his cigar. The officer from before asks him if he's a great warrior. Straight away he replies no, but he's interested if big money is involved. In a place called the Mishchira, it's the day they say goodbye to the fallen Diana. One by one, all the female heroes describes her as a sister, a good friend, a princess, a daughter, and a hero. The archers have been called as well, raising their bows in the sky as a respect, and shoots the floating boat on the water to complete the farewell ceremony. A god named Ares also pays his respect to Diana, but he was told that god of war like him is not welcome at a memorial for a warrior of peace, as they raise their swords against him. He explains he's not there to ruin the funeral, but instead, he will show something very important that they should all know. He then transports everyone to the Hall of Gods, then tells the archer hero to take the sacred bow for the battle ahead. The archer asks if he can tweak the bow a little, in which angers the god and sarcastically says you cannot tweak the golden bow of Apollo that hunted the great beast, and slew the Leviathan lion. But the archer is going to tweak it anyway, and Ares reluctantly approves of it. Cassie is not buying this, and shouts, "What do you want from us?" Ares answers her that there is a battle coming, and there shall be no struggle, only defeat. He added, he cannot win the final war and he will stay to watch the end, as every race in the universe will die. Then he shows a book to them telling them it happened before. In it, is a historical record from the infected universe that was lost. An emergency alert was announced from the ring calling all Green Lanterns, that ignites the beginning of an upcoming fight. From planet Oa, the leader is telling everyone that Sorandik and Kyle witnessed up close the fall of Korugar and now other planets is in grave danger. And that all Green Lanterns must regroup immediately to planet Oa for the briefing. They must include all the allies they can get in this dire situation of universal threat. It's because the anti-life equation is still spreading all across the stars. One hero says they already found a cure to the anti-life. Why is it still a threat? Ares warns them the equation is not the problem anymore. Darkseid became a new god, but he's mere a child compared to a powerful pawn that is much larger. He holds the record book firm, and placed it in the sacred pedestal. Now opening a page containing the real image of Erebos, the one that they should really afraid of. Back with Alfred, he's in the middle of the room dropping a firearm after eliminating the infected heroes that are very close to him. He thought that they are already gone, but then Batman opens his eyes asking why. This shocks Alfred to his core, and one by one the three of them rises again from the dead. The butler can't help himself but cry, regretting the awful deed he must do in order to get rid of the anti-life within them. He kneels down before them as the unliving Batman calls out his name. It turns out it is just a dream. A woman is also now waking him up. He apologizes for the trauma he's giving to her, but his lover truly understands that having the both of them must share their demons. Alfred in tears is somewhat ashamed, admitting that's not how relationships supposed to work. But still the woman beside comforts him and make him say that it wasn't his fault. And yet the stubborn man rises up from the bed and won't deny that what happened before, so he cannot forgive himself for that. Leslie reminded him that he's the one who raised Batman with his three-piece suit, so he got to admit that Batman's crusade of vengeance was also partly from him. Damian is somewhat surprised seeing Leslie in the apartment, so the lady cannot deny to the boy that she's somehow living with Alfred. The butler wanted to apologize to his master from bringing a woman, but Damian just smiles, saying that he is happy for the both of them. The boy is also there to bid his farewell, saying he must go now to planet Oa to plan how to fight the threat, but Alfred doesn't want him to go. He tells the boy that he just lost too many sons, and begs Damian to stay where it is safe. Damian explains that the anti-life equation is already spreading across the universe, so nowhere is safe, as the boy thinks that he can help to put a stop to this. Alfred says that he reminds him of his father, and that he will do it as well for sure. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. See you on the next one.